Far beyond the Arctic Circle, the off-season hits hard. A cold, brutal word for a fly angler like me. Polar night, snow, ice, and extreme, near impossible fishing conditions. But I like extreme, and I like a challenge. Oh! This is the fly that I'm going to use. Kettle krill. The mission was simple. Catch my first coastal trout of the year. A true polar night trout in the heart of the off-season. So here we go. Hey guys, I'm out. Checking the off-season condition. It is January, still polar night. But I'm just out for looking for rices, early bird rices, and I saw one here now. So next day when it's a bit warmer and no wind, I will go out and try to catch the coastal trout. The first one of the year. That will be lovely. So let's see if we can find some rising fishes. It should be possible to see rising trout now. But I think I will see some. I don't know about you, but one of the worst feelings is stumbling onto perfect trout activity without being ready to fish. But what can you do? Midwinter, minus 12 degrees Celsius, polar night. Any reasonable fly angler would call it impossible, right? The cool thing about the coastal trout so early in the season or in the off-season, it is that they are feeding on krill that are in the surface, and when they do, you can often see them, like that one and that one. Oh, that looked like a nice one, and it's super cool. I should have my fishing rod with me today. Wow. Ay, 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 ay. I think I have to fish tomorrow. Pack the gear, charge the battery, and be ready for catching my first sea trout of the year. Whew. Let's go home. Whew. It is cold. Freezing on my hands. Surprised by the trout rising action. For sure I was. Then that little stress spike. Fear of missing out kicked in. Realizing I might actually catch a trout on the fly tomorrow. Okay, now I am back in my fishing cave and I need to pack my gear for tomorrow. We're going fishing. That dopamine rush, that rising excitement you get the moment you decide that tomorrow you're going fishing. It hits so hard it's almost impossible to sleep. Your mind just loops on one thing, fishing. The cast, the take, the dream of that first trout of the year. And then the day arrives. A fragile shimmer of light in the polar darkness. It was time to fly fish. Okay, I'm back at the coast where I saw the rising sea trout yesterday. But today I have dressed up with everything I got of woolen clothes, and I have my fishing rod with me. So today it could be the first trout of the year. And if I catch a trout now, it will be a polar night trout. And it is even colder today, minus 12 degrees. So I don't know if it's possible, but I will try and see. It is game on. fly that I'm going to use today. I really just have two options, and one of the flies, it's a traditional fly that I know works in these conditions, and that is a very small fly tied on size 16. I don't know if you see it, but this is it's just some pink fluorized dubbing in the front, and then a white body with some flash in the tail. It's supposed to imitate a very small krill, and that's what the sea trout are eating now. It was rising again. But the other option, and a much more fun option, it is the keto krill. This one is a creation of my good friend Bård, Dr. Sea Trout on YouTube. He has this project that he always wants to try to catch the sea trout on a dry fly, and I think this is the closest you can come to dry fly fishing in the sea. So I will try this one. It is inspired by the Ismo Puppa. It's a merger for brown trout, although here you have the two eyes in the front and some CDC as the leg. I have faith in this one, so let's go and see if I can catch the first trout of the year, a January trout in 12 minus on a dry fly. You might think I'm crazy. Almost a dry fly in coastal waters in January, polar night and 12 degrees Celsius below. But hey, imitation fishing, right? The trout are rising, sipping krill right in the surface. So maybe, just maybe, this isn't as insane as it looks like. I was going to say that now we just have to wait for a rise, but I saw immediately a rise just straight out of here. So maybe I will just start immediately with fishing. Okay. Here goes the first cast of the day and also for the season. Okay, floating keto krill. Let's see if it works. Oh, oi, oi, oi. It is dripping in the surface. Exactly how you want it to be. Oh, there it was a rise. Okay. Now. Okay. Let's see now. Come on, keto krill. Oh. I need to be able to put the fly in front of the fish. They are swimming quite much around. And you see the pattern. Everything is about being at the right place to the right time. I changed the fly to the one that I am very familiar with, that I know works in these conditions. Let's see if we can hook into the first one. Not on the dry fly, but maybe on this one. That would be very lovely too. You just need to find the right rise, close enough to the shoreline. Straight out of me now. Straight out, a lot of rises. A lot of rises. Okay. Oh, there. That could be very good in the front of the fish. Yeah, it's coming! Oh! I took the fly! Oh. No. Now, that was it for today. The light is almost gone. And sea trout there stopped rising. Disappointing, but it was fun. And I'm going back in 2 days. So let's hope that the trout are more eager to bite the fly then. See you soon. 2 days turned into a week as the unpredictable Arctic weather kicked in. Snow, wind and full winter mode just like that, fishing was off the table. And when the conditions shut you down, what else can you do but spend time in the forest kicking snow off trees and pretending spring is just around the corner? After 7 long days of waiting, the sun finally returned to Arctic, a soft golden glow breaking through the polar darkness. And with it came everything I've been waiting for. Calm sea, clear water, and a perfect day to chase trout along the coast. New day, new hope. It is end of January, not polar night anymore. The sun is back, so the polar night trout slipped away. But I will try to catch the January trout and the first trout of the season. And today I'm fishing with the same fly as the last time, a very small scud. The first thing that happened when I got down here, fish rising 5 meters out of the shoreline. A bit chop on the water today, but this will be a good day. Okay, let's go and find some rising fish. Here is the fish rising out here. Oh, nej! What a take that was! Oh no! Whole day fishing, and then huge strike. It is at least 20 fish out there, cruising around, feeding and rising. Ja! Fish on! Fish on! January trout on the hook. First one of the season. Yes! Yes! That was slowly. Okay. It's not a big one. It's a small one. Small sea trout. Finally I managed to catch one. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Thank you so much. Three days ago the sun was on the horizon. Oi, 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 oi. And now 10 minus, trout on the hook. Come on, baby. It is not a big one, maybe around 400-500 grams, but it's the first sea trout of the season, and they are so beautiful. Hello, buddy. Yeah, sea trout. Goodbye. There it goes away. Yes. Woo. And it took on a fly that I know works. Beautiful. And I'm freezing. My hands, my legs. There's ice in the rings on the line. But it's sea trout on the hook. Fly fishing in the Arctic during winter, deep in the off-season. It is an extreme kind of fly fishing. Ice in the guides, frozen feet and hands. It takes a toll. But oh boy, how satisfying it is to finally be able once again to say, I caught a fish. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next adventure.